Heard you.
Boom, shaka laka. You already know the vibes. It is Saturday. It is
Yep,
Who
yep.
Run the City. It's Tea Time, Big Fan Breezy. You already know the vibery.
Yes,
You know what I
indeed.
mean? I want to start this one out by saying we are a week away, exactly 7 days away from
Mm-hmm.
the event. The annual Who Run the City Fan Games event. You know what I mean? 1 week away. Be there, be square. You know what I mean? I'm handing out work. Just letting y'all know Tea Time ain't taking no losses. I'm gonna continue saying that because you're gonna see next Saturday. I ain't taking no losses. You know what I mean? That's
Nah,
a
I know
fact.
what
So
you
pull up. It's gonna be a good
mean.
time, you know what I mean? And you net fans, we really need y'all to pull up, man, because y'all be having poor showings at these events, man.
They
Yeah.
pulled up. They just was OGs. You know what I mean? Shout out to Angelo. Shout out to Cat. Shout out to the Nets fans that didn't play. Bill A. Spliff. He didn't pull up and play, but he did pull up.
That
Those are
was
three players and that did not play. Well, I could see why those two, Kaepernick and Angelo, didn't play. I did not know why Bill A. Spliff ain't play. But that's Jaffe, that's Jay, that's Brandon, that's any Nets fans that be on my page helping me talk spicy to these Knicks fans. And yeah, man, y'all gonna have to pull up. I think it was outnumbered last game. I played Kevin, I played T Time, but I don't remember a lot of other Nets fans being there but me. You know,
yeah, no, it
the
wasn't.
Knicks fans was there's a lot of Knicks fans playing basketball. It wasn't a lot of Nets fans. So
Mhm.
I want to get some 2v2s, get some 3v3s. You know, I don't think T Time gonna beat me. I really don't think he should have won last game. You know what I mean? I really feel like I'm going to win the next game between me and T Time. You know what I'm saying? I watched the game tapes of me and him, and I see how I missed a lot of shots, and that just won't happen next game.
Okay.
And I'm
Okay.
confident that I could beat him, Kev, Fresh, Tass, and JJ Jackson. Now, do I want to play 4 1-on-1s? Probably not. You know, if I probably could get a 2 1-on-1s and maybe 1 2-on-2, I probably more on my reach. You know what I'm saying? Last time we played, I believe game was 11 or 15. I can't remember which one.
11.
Okay, it was
We ain't
11.
playing no more. We ain't playing no more 16, 15 games, man. There's clip for that.
Okay,
I mean, the game 11.
game 11, 1-on-1s, game 11, 1v1s, game 11. So you know what I'm saying? Barry been talking hella spicy to everybody, talking to Jaffe, talking about tea time, telling he can't wait till next Saturday. Yo, he been talking the most about who's gonna do what next Saturday. And as far as I know, there's money on it. I want to see it. You know,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
y'all bet say,
yeah.
man? Who y'all got? Y'all got Barry or tea time?
We
You
got a
know,
light little we got a light little $10 bet. You feel me? I can't wait to take Barry's money. That makes me happy. You feel me? Having his money in my pocket make me happy. Like I said, it didn't matter what we bet. I just wanted to take Barry's money. It could have been $1. I still would have been excited to take Barry's money. Cause that's just how I am. You feel me? I like to know that me beating you took something from you. And that makes me happy. You feel me? But yeah, shout out to y'all. Pull up next Saturday, man. We outside. I bet. All right, boom. How you want to start this off?
I mean, recently the draft just happened. You know what I'm saying? We got 3 players again, like I said. And I seen you live the other day. You was like, "Yo, you know, you're not that excited about assistant coaches." But one of the better things that happened for the Knicks was Brunson Father being there as an assistant coach, especially when you got Obi-Wan saying you a dumbass coach to Tommy T, which I feel like they made up for by getting his younger brother. Why? He ain't getting no minutes like that. And I put it on Tommy T that Julius Randle had the injury in the first place because shit, he could have been given Obi-Wan minutes. Now, as much as y'all may disagree with that, he averaged 20 points as a starter. So case in point is if he's the number 8th pick in the first round, and you see that your starter is having a nagging injury, and instead of playing him, you let him get injured, kind of like what happened. I won't say what happened to Rose, but what I will say is you knew that Julius had a nagging injury and you continued to play. Even if he said he wanted to play, he wasn't productive when he played. Outside of that, maybe game 1 in Cleveland. Definitely wasn't productive in that Miami Heat series. Definitely could have had Obi-Wan attacking the rim, putting pressure on the rim, opposed to him putting up threes. And part of the reason why, in my opinion, that Obi-Wan called him a dumbass coach. So again, Assistant coaches mean a lot to the Brooklyn Nets. Shout out to Dariq Whitehead. He's from Newark, New Jersey, out the backyard. It looked like he's going to be a star in 2 years. This is what he said to the interview to the reporters. So case in point is I like Dariq Whitehead. He averaged 42% from three. We got him as a rookie. 18 years old, McDonald All-American, and it goes to show that all of the player development coaches that the Brooklyn Nets got before we got to the draft is to focus on this draft. We got Noah Clowney, he's a power forward, and we got Jalen Wilson, who's another power forward. They giving contrast to Nick Claxton. I like the vibes. Shout out to the Brooklyn Nets fans. We the best fans, and what we doing going forward is building from this draft. I think we continue to be a playoff team. I do not think that we start the season with this roster. I gotta be honest, but I like what we're doing thus far.
All right, you finished or are you done?
I'm finished.
All right, so
just wait for you
boom.
to say.
So boom. All right, shout out to Obi. You feel me? Arguments between coaches and players happen. Most notably, recently, Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra had it out on the court and a season ago. And look, they made it to the NBA Finals this year. So that's none of my concern. Do I still think Obi's going to get traded? Yes. You feel me? I still think Obi might. No, matter of fact, I take that back because I knew they were going to pick up Obi's brother before. I knew he was gonna pick up Obi brother before all this stuff came out into light. I knew they was gonna pick up Obi brother like since the beginning. But whatever, we got Obi brother. That proves that Obi's probably not gonna go anywhere. But like I said, arguments between players and coaches happen all the time. Do I think Obi should have got more minutes during the season? Absolutely. But to your argument against the Miami series, Obi was ineffective against the Miami series. He was a defensive liability. That's why he didn't get a lot of PT. He was getting taken advantage of by Max Strus. Max Strus was lighting him up every time he stepped on the court. Max Strus went off for like 3-4 3-pointers. So you couldn't play Obi because he couldn't keep up with Max Strus running off of the the off-ball screens, and Max Strus was getting whatever shot he wanted. So I understand why Obi was sitting on the bench. And Obi being frustrated, again, that's normal stuff, especially if you're a competitor and you believe in your heart that you can win basketball. You can help your team win basketball games. So I get it. Yeah, I mean, and the problem I have is not with Obi and Tommy T having the argument. The problem I'm having is with whoever leaked the audio. That's the person I got an issue with. All issues supposed to remain in-house. You feel me? All issues supposed to remain in-house, and whoever leaked that video is trash. But it's funny that you trying to talk about my coach and giving guys minutes when in the playoffs you got a guy who scored how many games he dropped 40 in a row? How many games he dropped 40 in a row and was glued permanently to the bench when y'all needed help scoring the basketball? He did get no PT, and y'all got swept, and you want to talk about Coach Tommy T when your coach, all he did was chew gum and clap his hands in a 4-game sweep and had a bona fide bucket and Cam Thomas on the bench just looking like this. The guy has a motto, ain't shit funny. You know why ain't shit funny? Because he's not playing. Both of your coaches did him dirty. So it's funny that you so jubilated to talk about Obi not getting PT when Cam Thomas been relegated to the bench for majority of the season, except for when injuries allowed him to play. But moving forward to what you were saying about assistant coaches now. Assistant coaches, Rick Brunson, am I happy he's a coach? Yes, because he already had a working relationship with Coach Tommy T from the Chicago Bulls. Do I still think we would have got Jalen Brunson even without his father? Absolutely. One, because Coach Tommy T's relationship with Jalen Brunson. Leon Rose's relationship with Jalen Brunson. Even without Rick Brunson, and the fact that the Mavericks tried to lowball Jalen Brunson and not give him what he deserved. There's a reason we would have got Jalen Brunson. So stop with the narrative that the best thing that happened in the Knicks coaching-wise was getting Rick Brunson. That's not true. You feel me?
I'm saying, it can't be. Assistant coaches shouldn't be overlooked. That's my point.
No, you, and then you said right after that one of the best things what happened to the Knicks was getting Rick Brunson as a head coach. I mean, assistant coach. That's literally what you said.
I think so.
I'm not putting words in your mouth.
I think so. I think that is one of the best things that
happened. I said that's false, and I explained why. I think Rick Brunson. I think you can, but that don't make it your point any more relevant. Like I said, the facts of the matter. The facts of the matter is, I'm spitting nothing but facts. Coach Tommy T had yes. This is all facts. Coach Tommy T knew Jalen Brunson since he was a kid. Leon Rose is his godfather, and Jalen Brunson would have been on the Knicks. I mean, Jalen Brunson would have been on the Knicks without his father being on the team. You feel me? And you always putting all this ownership and hype on assistant coaches when you did the same thing to the Brian Keefe last year. I sat here a whole summer with you, exuberating your happiness for Brian Keefe.
Yeah.
And they did nothing for your basketball club. Zero. You said that Brian Keefe was supposed to be here for KD, and that's what was going to keep KD. Brian Keefe could not keep KD here. You feel me? Like, no. You said some other stuff too about Brian Keefe, but like I said, I'm not saying that assistant coaches don't have and don't impact, but what I'm saying is this: I'm not going out my way to spend hours talking about assistant coaches. No, because one, they barely stay on the team long. If they're good, they're usually going to other coaching jobs in a year or two, and they don't make the final decisions. I get it. No knock on you. If that's what you want to do, great. Knock yourself out. Have a ball. Pause. Right? But that's not me. You feel me? That's not what I want to do. You know what I mean? And don't get your hopes up about all these. You got your hopes up about all these things that these guys are going to do to the player development. It don't. None of that really matters, bro. It matters. It matters, but none of that really matters, bro.
To you it don't.
Because either the players got it or they don't. Either they got it or they don't. Either they're going to put the work in or they're not. You feel me? Then that's what it really comes down to. I don't know nothing about your players. You feel me? So I'm not going to talk. I'm not going to talk about your free agent signing. I mean your draft picks. You feel me? Because I don't know nothing about those guys.
Yeah.
But I do know Jacob Toppin was a solid college player. He's also a Kentucky Wildcat, which that brings already more camaraderie on the team because we got a few Kentucky guys on the team, Julius Randle, Manuel Quickly, to name a couple. And that brings more camaraderie to the team. He's Obi's brother, more camaraderie to the team. And it's not like Jacob is a scrub. Jacob averaged like 14 points a game in his 4-year college career. I think like 6 rebounds. He's 6'9". He got a little bounce. I don't think he got bounced like his brother, but he got a little bit bounce to his game. He had one season when he shot 40% from three-pointer in college. And I 4-year guys, they might not be the best talent-wise, but that's not what I say. Why y'all don't listen? Like, I make up what y'all want. I said either the guys got it or they don't, right? Which means if they got the hunger to train and all those other things. Like, stop. You feel me? Stop making up stuff that I didn't say. You feel me? So boom. Back to what I was saying. 40% one, and like I said, 4-year guys usually are not the best talent-wise, but they're usually fundamentally sound and make really good role players. So I'm anxious to see if Jacob get PT, because we all know Coach Tommy T. If he get PT, what kind of impact he can have on the basketball game. I'm done.
Okay, to rebut some of the stuff that you said, especially about Obi in that 4th game. I'm looking at it right now. It was a loss. Y'all lost 109 and 101. Obi got 6 minutes that game. He shot 2 for 4, 50%, and he missed 2 3-pointers. So basically, because he didn't make those 2 3-pointers, he took them off the floor.
No, that's not why.
Well, well, maybe I'm wrong, but to my point,
obviously you didn't watch the games because
I didn't say I didn't watch the game. Let me finish my point before you try to jump in and stop drowning. I guess because I'm trying to make a point. I'm saying this to say that.
But you're
I mean,
wrong.
you don't. Hold on, you the one that love to, bro. You the one that love to have long monologues, and then I put my mic on mute so you could do so, and then I jump into what I'm trying to get at, and then you feel a need to jump in and say something before I finish. So which side of the fence you on? You in the fence on the way you just want to go do that? Because we can do that too.
Check the cap right away when you start capping.
Nah, bro, listen. You asking me to not say nothing the whole time. I stopped saying stuff so you could say whatever you're going to say. I mean, if my answers make you afraid, say that. Blink twice if you're scared. The chat will understand. That being said, when
I stopped the cap, that's what happened.
Okay, I don't know why he sat down, but let me get to my point so I can crush your punk ass debate or whatever you was about to say down to this, because that's what's about to happen. You ain't gonna stop me. You ain't gonna distract me from my thought process to crush what the hell you're about to say. So
you're not gonna crush anything. Go ahead.
Rudely interrupted by this Knick fan with such a disgusting Knick fan tone at that. OB1 in that first game in a loss had 7 for 15, shot 46%, shot 11 3-pointers. Obi-Wan ain't got no business shooting 11 3-pointers. That's Tommy T fault. He ain't got no damn business shooting 11 3-pointers. That's Tommy T fault. So when Obi-Wan called him a dumbass coach, that's why. Second game, Obi-Wan, 10 minutes, 0 for 2. He missed 2 shots, which was 3-pointers. Obi-Wan sat down. You could disagree if you want. He had 0 minutes. I don't care if you disagree. I'm here to cook. That third game, 17 minutes, 2 for 6, 1 for 4 behind the 3-point line. Trash. Nasty work. And that's not because of Obi-Wan's game. That's because how he's being coached by a dumbass coach like Tommy T, as he will eloquently say. Now, that being said, after game 4, Obi-Wan had enough of it. He said, this shit is just nasty work. I can't sit back and hold my tongue no more. And told him he's a dumbass coach. He was 2 for 4, shot 50%, and he scored those 2 baskets from the field, not a 3-point line. That's where he do his most damage. So again, to make my point so you don't think I'm rambling on, when he had 31 minutes, he scored 18 points. He shot 7 for 15, and he was 4 for 11 for 3. So Tommy T only keeps him in the game if he knocking down threes. Otherwise, he don't think Obi-Wan serves a purpose, and that was never his game or how he got to the NBA in the first place. So yeah, your boy Obi-Wan got a point for saying what he said, because he feel away for a good reason. And on top of that, Julius Randle had a nagging injury, which contributes to the reason why Obi-Wan feel the way he do. So go ahead and watch your Knick fan tone when you do it. Because again, I'm going to cook right after you finish.
You call that cooking? Being wrong? You call that cooking? But anyway, back to rebut this trash that he was just talking and absolute gibberish and malarkey. You feel me? But here we go. Watching the games. Somebody who watched the game, and you already know, I am crucial of Coach Tommy T when it's time to be crucial of Coach Tommy T. And this is not one of those times. Yes, he hit a couple 3-pointers. But Max Strus was wilding on the other end because Obi could not keep up with him on off-ball screens. That's why he had to sit, because Max Strus, he went 2? You said he went 2 for 4 from 3-point line before he sat. Max Strus scored 3 times that in that time frame with 3-point shots. So whatever Obi was producing was being outweighed on the offensive end. And I place the blame on both player and coach while Obi is shooting that many threes. Because if you know that's not your game and you know you could get to the rack, why not do so? And he doesn't do that. He is very content with standing behind the 3-point line and not cutting to the basket. And then you keep on calling Coach Tommy T a dumbass coach. You know who's a dumbass coach?
No, Tommy T said that. I mean, Obi-Wan. I'm not calling him a dumbass coach.
I mute my mic, so I won't cut you
I didn't
off.
say that. I'm saying that's what Obi-Wan said. I'm not calling him a dumbass coach.
Which way it is? Yeah, you won't let me cook.
Don't cap on my name and then want me to be silent. No, we're not doing that.
Get them ass points. I'm about to cut the punk ass points, but you want to cut me off. Which way is it? Chill out, bro. Like I said, Like I said, you harping on Obi calling Coach Tommy T a dumbass coach, and then you reiterated it in your own words, saying that dumbass coach. I heard what I heard.
I
You
see
said that
why he
dumbass
said
coach.
that.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
whatever.
you
But
semantics,
whatever,
semantics.
whatever. You talking about a dumbass coach when your team is about to get swept, and a guy who scored 40 points on multiple times as the number one option on your team couldn't even get minutes. That sounds like a dumbass coach to me. You feel me? But whatever. Obi said what he said. But like I said, players and coaches have arguments because they both are trying to win. But at the end of the day, the reason why Obi sat on the bench is because of the defensive end of the ball, not the offensive end of the ball. Because nobody on the team really was producing greatly offensively. It was more of what Obi was doing on a defensive end, because the defensive end what was keeping us in most of these games. Us playing great defense because we were struggling on the offense. That's what was keeping us in most of these games. And Obi was not helping that situation because he was chasing Max Strus and failing at it. You feel me? And that's why Obi had to sit. You know what I mean? So you could make up the narrative, but obviously you wasn't watching the games. Because if you was watching the games, you know exactly why Obi had to sit, and not because he missed a couple 3-pointers. Everybody was missing a couple 3-pointers, bro. That wasn't just Obi. That was the whole entire team missing a couple 3-pointers. Obi was failing on a defensive end, so Coach Tommy T sat him. Do I agree with everything that Coach Tommy T do? Absolutely not. But what I'm not going to let you do is sit here and cap on Coach Tommy T. That's not going to happen. You feel me? Thank you, Big Cat Breed. That's right. I'm not going to let that happen, bro. Yeah, I mean, so go ahead. If you have a rebut to it, I don't know why you do, because you live in Atlanta make believe. Yeah, I mean, but go ahead.
Like I say, he averaged 20 when he was a starter. Julius Randle had a nagging ankle injury, so he couldn't be productive the same way he would have been. I watch a bunch of Nick vlogs by you, and I was watching yours when it was playoff time, and y'all were all upset about not putting pressure on the rim. I mean, again, y'all can't put pressure on the rim when you got your power forward taking 3-pointers. And I think he's only doing that because the coach is telling him to do that. Because again, last season before it started, didn't y'all say y'all trajectory for the Knicks was to take more 3-pointers? And y'all did that the season before with your boy French Fry Fournier, and shit, y'all missed the playoffs then. And you got fans in the chat talking about Frastat talking about this and that, and the playoffs are being swept. Y'all, last time y'all even made the playoffs back-to-back seasons is when Melo made y'all do it. You know what I mean? He had a trash team around him. You know, y'all walk around with this era of arrogance, like I keep telling y'all, like, bro, like, yeah, we know who we are, but y'all don't know who y'all are. Y'all fans are entitled walking around like y'all run the city because of the championships in the 70s. We wasn't even in the NBA. Y'all can't win a championship with the Brooklyn Nets in front of y'all. I'm telling y'all that. It's no way from now on that the Knicks going to continue to be a better team than y'all got one season since the podcast started, and that was the season prior. Other than that, we've been a better team than the Knicks since this podcast started. 2-1, we up. Brooklyn Nets versus the Knicks. Ain't nothing to discuss. Y'all missed the playoffs. Don't even start about how y'all better team and y'all missed the playoffs. I don't care about the sweep. If y'all not good enough to make the playoffs, how even dare even jump in that conversation when you're not even good enough to make what we couldn't be good in? You know, y'all not good enough to be where we at. There's a gap between who's better and who's not. And right now, we gonna see. Again, I don't want to say that we starting the season with this same roster. I think it's premature. I think that the Brooklyn Nets is unpredictable in the offseason. It's hard to say what they're going to do and not do. But them getting them player development coaches, yeah, I can see us becoming competitive and doing it at the same time as developing these players. Noah Clowney, he looking like Clax. He's somebody that probably got to work on a long ball, but he's like a player like Clax where he got a big wingspan, and the type of defense or the style of play that the Brooklyn Nets have on that side of the ball, he fits that. Same as Jalen Wilson and Dariq Whitehead. I really think, you know what I'm saying, he going to start You know, our 2 guard position isn't dominant where, you know, he can't start over Mikal. I don't think that Mikal should start at 2, in my opinion. I think he should start at 3. You know, I think we don't have somebody solid outside of Cam Thomas that could create their own shot. Will they give Cam Thomas you know, an opportunity this season? We'll see. In the first 2 seasons, it was pretty much similar. When I checked the stats, there wasn't much growth. I think he did enough in season 1 to get more minutes in season 2, but he didn't. But in this season, they're going to have to either give him minutes or he's just going to be disgruntled until he get traded. Everybody's saying that he's a good trade piece. Me, for one, want to keep Cam Thomas, see him instrumental in the offense because he could create his own shot, and he's a 3-level scorer. Came into the league, pressure on the rim, attacking the bigs, and had a midi. They made him go away from that to be a facilitator and a 3-point shooter, and it did not work. I think if they got these player development coaches and they focus on the skill set that the players already have and didn't build on it, the Brooklyn Nets are doing something. And I think that's exactly what they're doing. We're not, overzealous with the free agency anymore. I think all of the free agency, decisions that we made didn't benefit us, but the second round. And I just think going forward that we pacing ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We pacing ourselves, and we continue to be a playoff team. But I do not consider the Brooklyn Nets a title contending team going into next season.
Okay, so, oh man, yo. The fact of the matter is, moving forward, the Knicks is going to be a better team. Like that's just how it is going to be. Our roster looks better. We play better. We're better coached. We're going to be a better team, right? And listen, I give you those 2 years. You know what I mean? Y'all had KD and Kyrie. Y'all had 2 top 10 players. Y'all absolutely had to be a better team than the Knicks. You feel me? But you talk about back to back. All I see the Nets do is getting back to back swept in the playoffs. You feel me? Like, if that's where you like to hang your hat, fine. You know what I mean? Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, wear those sweeps with honor and pride as a Brooklyn Nets.
We swept y'all twice. I hope y'all wear that with honor.
Not in the playoffs. Not in the playoffs. You feel me? Yeah, but wear those sweeps with pride. Getting swept by your own draft picks, crazy. But yeah, I mean, wear that with pride. Moving forward, obviously, we got the better talent on the team as of right now, and moving on to what else you was talking about with Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is not getting no PT, bro. Yeah, free that man. Free Cam Thomas, bro. Free Cam Thomas to a place where he can flourish and be a bucket, bro, because he not getting no PT with the Brooklyn Nets, bro. It's not happening. Y'all disrespecting the kid, and every time y'all need him, he come in, pause, and he show up for you guys. He put the team on his back when he play. And he can't get no PT. Disrespectful. So just trade the kid. I think he's gonna get traded. I think he wants to be traded. I don't think he want to be a Net no more. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's true or not. But the rumor going around is that he took he unfollowed the Brooklyn Nets on social media. He's trying to get up out of there. I know you want to hold on to your boy like a comfort blanket, but he wants gone, bro. He want to be gone. It's a toxic relationship between the Brooklyn Nets and Cam Thomas, and they need to set him free. If what they said, if you love it, let it go. If it comes back, it's yours forever. That's what y'all need to do with Cam Thomas, bro. Let him go. But at the end of the day, bro, I got no smoke for your draft picks because, like I said, I know nothing about them. But we did sign another kid for the Knicks, Jalen Martin. He played for the Overtime Elite last year. Again, nothing crazy, solid player, 14 points a game, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a block, and 2 steals in the Overtime Elite. He is 6'6" forward. Again, he's on a 2-way contract. Usually these guys don't get a lot of PT anyway. But if he does find his way to get PT, hopefully he's a defender because that's what Coach Tommy T likes. But putting more size on the perimeter is something that we needed because, we have a lot of undersized guards and forwards. Like 2 of our guys who play the 3 most of the time is 6'4". You know what I mean? Like we do need more size on the perimeter. So he brings that. If he's gonna play or not, I don't know. I doubt it. You know what I mean? Because those guys barely get, like I said, two-way guys barely get PT. But it's interesting to see. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm done.
Yeah, no, I mean I respect it. Listen, when it come down to the Brooklyn Nets and the coaching staff, again, when it come down to the foundation and building a culture, Sean Marks, I hear him in the press conference the other day. He spoke on it again about building culture. And I think Dariq Whitehead speaks volumes about building culture because he's from Newark, New Jersey. I seen the interview. He said he was going to Nets games as a kid. I like that. I like the fact that he get to play for his home team. You know, I like that as a fan. If he was a player that we really focused on, and it seemed like they are, he's going to miss the summer league, excuse me, intentionally, so that way he don't, re-injure or re-aggravate his injury, and he's going to have the performance team look at it until the season starts. I really want to see him develop as a player, and also Noah Clowney, because I just like his game. You know what I'm saying? I see how he could fit the Brooklyn Nets. All off season, we as fans clamored for the Brooklyn Nets to get help with Nick Claxton in the paint, and by the Brooklyn Nets getting two forwards in Jalen Wilson and Clowney, Noah Clowney, I think that's exactly what happened. I think that the Dame Lillard conversation, as fans, we should walk away from it. We missed him again in 2012 off a trade to Portland, and we spoke on that prior. But again, I don't think that we should focus on him. Spencer Dinwiddie been working out 2-3 times a year. He's on a day. He's on expiring contract. I don't know how serious the Brooklyn Nets are about signing him. Same as Joe Harris. He's almost on it. I think these are the last years of their contract. He looked like he's up for trade talk. Same as DFS. I'll keep DFS out of it because with the East being, like Boston having a big team, you kind of want a prototype player like a DFS. He's young, and yeah, he didn't play well in those 28 games as a Brooklyn Net. But I think that, or Brooklyn Nets, but I do think that he's somebody that, you know what I'm saying, they should reevaluate before just putting him on the trade block. Maybe see what he has to offer in this offseason. I'm not saying put him in the summer league, but you know what I mean? See his work ethic, see if he's out there trying to get better. You know what I mean? I seen Day'Ron Sharpe last summer, came back stronger. You could tell he was in the weight gym, working out and you know what I mean, taking a game seriously. And ultimately, that means a lot, especially from these young guys. You see Ja Morant, you see Zion Williamson, and I mention them because these guys are top draft picks. So it doesn't even matter if you're a top draft pick if your head not in the game. You got to be mentally equipped to be playing the NBA, and social media doesn't make it easier. You could easily be distracted. There's multiple times I've heard vloggers and just other personalities on sports entertainments talk about how when the players go to halftime, they checking their phones. You know what I'm saying? They checking their phones to see what everybody's saying about them. And I think before social media, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? There was more togetherness, more, let's huddle up to see what we're going to do about winning this game or coming back in this game. And I just want to see these players that come to the Brooklyn Nets be able to handle the media, because I seen what the New York media could do to young players. I kind of want to, and even the Cam Thomas, you know what I'm saying? I think that would kind of discourage him too, because that game he got tagged for that penalty. We won that game. Him, Spencer Dinwiddie was in the back court hooping, straight balling. And, he had said something and it upset the community, even though he got tagged $40K for it. You know what I mean? He's a young player, and that happens. You know what I mean? It could leave, you know what I'm saying? Leave you feeling awkward. You know what I mean? So I can't say that he will be a Brooklyn Nets player next season, but I hope he is. You know what I'm saying? You see other teams that are competitive and they're young. You got OKC, you got New Orleans, you got other teams that are competitive and young. And teams that got veterans, they breaking up. Middleton, he on a trade block. Now that's trade block, but he like, yo, I ain't guaranteed to sign again. They just got a new coach. Middleton might be out of there. I don't think that the Nets want to go crazy this free agency. You feel what I'm saying? I feel like we might be targeting next season's free agency, but this free agency open up in the the teams that were 1 through 4 in the Eastern Conference, like Milwaukee Bucks, might not be that, especially if Middleton not coming back and if they don't have a replacement for Middleton. We all see how Middleton impacts winning with the Milwaukee Bucks. Who even knows if Giannis is going to come back? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on in Milwaukee, and I just don't see them one of the top teams that I think they slide going into the next season, maybe to like 5 through 8. You know what I mean? Maybe they toggle between 4 and 5, but they might be 5 through 7. Now I'll give them the benefit of the doubt to say they might be 5, like 4, 5, 6. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're a #1 seed going in the next season. Miami, they look like they're going to come back with the same squad, even stronger. They always run a good culture out there, so I see them adding to what they already have. I think they're going to be dangerous. The Knicks, from what I've seen, I don't know. You know, I'll let T-Time speak on that. The Nets, I feel like, me personally, they want to continue to be a playoff team. I do believe that, and I do think they're going to make moves to do so. So if I had to say it now, I think we are definitely a playoff team. 6th or 7th, we're a fringe playoff team right now between 6th and 7th going into next season. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that's how.
Milwaukee, they still was a top seeded team even when Middleton missed man time this year, and they were still one of the top seeds in the East without Chris Middleton. Chris Middleton is wilding. I think he was scheduled to make $37 million this season. I don't know why he would opt out of his contract, because it ain't too much more money after that. You're already known for being an injury-prone player. I don't know how much more money you think you're going to make, especially after your team loses to the AFC Miami Heat. Like, in the playoffs, I don't know how much more money you think you're going to make outside of $37 million for you to opt out your contract. That was kind of wild, but I digress. To answer Fraz's question, I don't know. I don't think that's a good pickup for the Knicks. One, because he plays the same position as Julius Randle. He's going to want a lot of money, and that's a lot of money to spend for somebody coming off the bench. Kuzma's nice. I ain't got no smoke for Kuzma. He's nice. Do I think he fit the Knicks and the Knicks style of play? No. I think Kuzma is more he needs to play for a team that's more offense focused. You feel me? Not a team that hangs their hat on a defensive end. He needs to play for a more fast-paced team than the Knicks. And he's just going to cost a lot of money to be essentially a backup. You know what I mean? Like, he's going to be – and that essentially means we're going to have to get rid of if we sign Kuzma, it's going to be a waste to have Obi, Quentin Grimes, Josh Hart, one of those guys who toggle between the small forward and a power forward situation. They're going to have to go because there's not enough space and not enough minutes for those guys. So those guys, one of those guys is going to have to go, and he's going to cost too much money. I don't think Kyle Kuzma is coming to the Knicks. That's just my opinion. It's a big bag for Kyle Kuzma coming his way, pause, right? And I don't think that the Knicks is going to give it to him. As far as what the Knicks is going to do in free agency, I'm wait and see. I don't believe none of the rumors because this happens every year with the New York Knicks. Every time there's a marquee name that might be traded, the Knicks is mentioned in that scenario when there's no real facts or basis to go behind those rumors. And I'm not falling for it. You know what I mean? I've been giving up on, because the media, what they post online is per sources. The source could be a water boy for all you know. Somebody who's not even really connected. Somebody who just works for the organization. It could be the concession stand lady. You feel me? And they could put per sources in organization. And that don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean that it's coming from a person of note within the organization who's privy to the decision making in the organization. They could have heard. It could be the hot dog guy. Pause. Hearing two executives talking while they walking past. You feel me? Like, that doesn't make it true. You feel me? I only believe when shit is said from Shams, Woj, and other professionals in the organization, Alan Hahn, Monica McNutt, those people who are privy to this kind of information. Everybody else, nah. So I'm not gonna get into the speculation of who might be here, who not. I do have people that I would like on the team. I would like the kid Min Yang from Philly. We need shooting. He's a forward. He's not a great defender, but he gives effort. Uh, you don't see people really attacking him on the defensive end, like making a point to go at him. Yeah, everybody gets attacked on the defensive end, but you don't see teams making it a point to go work attacking Ning Yang on every possession. And he can shoot really good. 40% shooter from the 3-point line, and that's something that we need on the team. It was somebody else that I wanted, and I'm forgetting right now. Uh, yeah, it was somebody else. I'm drawing a blank. I didn't write it down, but it was somebody else. But Ning Yang is one of those people. What we need to add to this roster is shooting. Somebody who's a guaranteed knockdown shooter to help take the pressure off of Jalen Brunson, uh, uh, Julius Randle, RJ Barrett. Uh, and that needs to happen. And what I want to see from RJ, since we was talking about development earlier, is a mid-range shot. A few times in those games that he played well uh, in the playoffs, he hit a couple middies, and I was like, bro, this will open up RJ's game beyond belief if he hits a consistent mid-range shot, so people could stop just waiting for him. Once they know RJ Barrett comes in inside the 3-point line, pause. He's going all the way to the rim. He's going all the way, and that's what they wait for. Either he's going to shoot a three or he's going to the basket. And if you could change it up and give the defenders something else to think about, what you pulling up for a 3-point shot, or even a floater, a nice little 10-foot floater would suffice. You feel me? Like something else besides three and basket. You know what I mean? I want to see that development happen over the summer for RJ Barrett. One thing I do know about RJ Barrett, you may not see a lot of summer mixtapes like other players from RJ Barrett, but everybody says that RJ Barrett works really hard in the summer. And for us Knicks fans who's watched him progress throughout his career, you see that happening. You see the fruits of those labors happen. You know what I mean? So that's all I want to see from RJ. You know what I mean? I want a speedy cover from Julius Randle. In an interview that he did with Podcast P, you feel me? He said this is like one of the first years he watched tape. To me, that don't make sense to me. If you're a professional athlete, you should be watching tape all the time. You feel me? To figure out how to get better. But he said the injury made him slow down and start watching tape and really focusing on what he need to do better in his off season workout when he healed. You know what I mean? And again, another player that's renowned for his off-season workout and his efforts, for him to have to be able to put the focus on where it belongs instead of just going into the off-season 100 miles and running and just doing whatever. I'm prepared to see the fruits of those labors too. I want Julius Randle to work on his identifying the double team sooner, and that's one, identifying the double team sooner, and polishing his decision making from when to shoot 3-pointers and when to go to the basket. That's what I want to see. I'm not too concerned about his handle, even though his handle is atrocious. He's strong enough to mitigate that most of the time where people can't get to the ball, and he's quick enough at his position where guys really can't get to the ball. Is the help defense that really gives him the trouble with the turnovers. So that's what I want to see Julius Randle work on, identifying the double team sooner and better 3-point decision making. And you're right. I do. Him and Obi, I never want to see them shooting 11 3-pointers. I always said that about him and Julius Randle. Shooting 11 3-pointers, that's something I do not want to see. And like I said, that's both player and coach. Because as a player on the court, you have the decision to make, hey, I'm not making them. I should stop shooting them. You know, the coach might encourage you, but you go, hey, I can do other things. Let me do some of those other things so I can get into a rhythm, and then I'll try to start shooting 3-pointers later. Yeah, I mean, that's both player and coach, and players and coach need to be held accountable for shot selection. You feel me? But yeah, they going at it in the comments. Man, You on mute. Yo, you on mute. Brody, you on mute, bro. Bro, you are on mute.
Oh, my fault. Yeah. I'm hyping it up. Go. Yes. Do that in the chat. Do that next Saturday at the game. Let's get at them now. Get at them then. And yeah, man, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Now, I was listening to everything you said. I don't really have no rebuttal for it, to be honest. But what I will say is that I was looking at Jalen Wilson. He's a player that, you know, that we drafted. And I seen this on Twitter. They talking about him on Twitter. Just to give you an impression of who he is, Brooklyn Nets released this. He's a 2023 first team All-American. Impressive to me. A 2023 unanimous Big 12 Player of the Year. 2023 Julius Erving Small Forward of the Year. 2023 Big 12 leader in points per game with 20 points per game and 8 boards per game. 2022 national champion. He's a champion already. So he's coming into the Brooklyn Nets, in my opinion, NBA ready. Yeah, he might have to go to the summer league and go through some training, and you know what I mean. Even like, I'm not gonna say he's gonna touch the G League, but from what I can see, they try to get players that's that's ready. And if anybody had a resume that looked ready to be in the NBA, that's impressive one, and I do want to see it. And also, you know, last week we was talking about who had a better season last year, Nick Claxton or RJ Barrett. So I pulled up the stats, right? Now, I don't expect Claxton to, some of it is the eye test, some of it isn't, but I feel like it was noteworthy because I said Nick Claxton is one of the top 10 players out of that 2019 draft because of everything that was happening with Zion and Ja Morant, right? So last year, Nick Claxton, he played 76 games and started 76 games, right? So that just shows you he's consistent. RJ Barrett, 73 out of 73. You can't say Clax is better only for 3 games. I won't go that far. Claxton averaged 29 minutes per game. RJ Barrett averaged 33 minutes per game. So it's pretty even so far. You know what I mean? Clax 70% from the field. RJ Barrett was 43% from the field. Understandably, he's a small forward. You know, Clax is a center, but it is what it is. That's what it say. 34% from 3. Now, this is what I'm surprised to see because I remember listening to Tea Time earlier in the season and RJ 3 was clicking. 34%, I'm not impressed. You know what I'm saying? We just going to skip Nick Claxton's 3-point percentage. You know what I mean? Free throws, not too hot. You know, he could have improved, but from last year to this year, he did not improve his free throw percentage. It's something that he still has to work on, honestly. RJ Barrett shot 70%. I think that's atrocious for a guard, but whatever. Not really. He averaged RJ averaged almost 1 offensive rebound, averaged 4.5 defensive rebounds, 5.5 altogether, about that, almost 3 assists. Just to get back to Clax, not to get carried away. Clax averaged 2 offensive boards, shy of 5 boards a game. I mean, 5 defensive boards a game, and he averaged about 7 boards a game, 6.9, right? Assists 1.4, blocks 1.7. You see, he was leading the league in that, still 0.7, but he was good on defense for the eye test. The eye test, he was definitely good on defense with steals. On ball on the perimeter, he definitely did his thing. Fouls 2.8 a game. I thought he played good defense all year round, and he averaged 12.6 from the season prior to then. He went up by 4 points, 3.9 to be exact, but 4 points a game. Now, again, RJ, what he do? He went from 20 points to 19 points. Like you said, it was kind of like an even kill for him. When it come down to impact winning, like I said, it's debatable. I'm not going to debate it like, oh, it gotta be Nick Claxton. But nah, Nick Claxton had a very impactful year. And to my argument, he's in that top 10 as far as the 2019 draft.
Yeah, I never debated that he it was in top 10. My thing was RJ was like, if he's not number 1, he's number 2 in that draft now. You feel me? That was my argument. My argument was never if Nick Clax was in top 10, but
Yo, did he freeze? I was waiting for him to say the
Fire.
next thing.
Yeah, I don't know if I was frozen, but yeah.
Yeah, he froze for a second.
Nah, but RJ Barrett, like you said, the Nick Claxton 70% from the field, but RJ is a guard. He takes a lot of perimeter shots. Nick Claxton don't. 3-point field goal percentage.
Yeah.
In the beginning of the season, RJ Barrett was shooting really well from three. After he had his finger injury, then his 3-point percentage started to fall. His shot was off after, Luka ripped RJ's finger in half pretty much. You know what I mean? Almost amputated my boy's finger.
Yeah,
His shot was never the same. He was shooting with a shooting sleeve on his finger, which is, if you play basketball, you know little things like that can really alter your shot. So I'm not really mad at him shooting 34% from 3-point range. Yeah, I mean, but he RJ Barrett had a decent season, even killed with the rest, and this is with him being almost 20 points a game as a third option, bro. That's impressive. Any way you slice it. How many third options in the NBA is scoring 20 points a game? Not many, if any. You know what I mean? If any. And RJ Barrett did that with guys who take way more shots than he do on the basketball court. You feel me? So that's impressive. And then again, if you look at the totality of what RJ done in his career since the draft, he's in the upper echelons of players. You feel me? As far as points scored by his 23rd birthday, top 20 all time points scored by their 23rd birthday. That's impressive, man. So no matter how you want to slice it, RJ Barrett, if he's not number one in that draft, with all things considering, he's definitely number two. You know what I mean? That's no knock on Nick Claxton, because I always give Nick Claxton his props when he's playing well. You know what I mean? But RJ is definitely number one and number two in that draft with all the things that happened with Zion and John Morant. You know what I mean? I think if teams really if they had a crystal ball, it said that these things were going to happen, RJ Barrett will probably be number one pick overall. You know what I mean? But the draft is like wishing and hoping. You do the best you can. You analyze the data. You make the best decision you can with the knowledge you have for your team. But really, it's just a guessing game until you actually see the product on the court. Yeah, I mean, everybody got high hopes for Wembanyama. They talking all this shit about how great he gonna be, but really, it's still a guess until he play an NBA game. You feel me? Like, we don't know how good this kid gonna be. He's gonna the best hope for Wemby is that Coach Pop did what he did with Tim Duncan, not make him a center, make him a 4-man, a 7'4" man. You feel me? Because he's not gonna be, to me, in my eyes, he's not gonna be able to stand his ground against the bigger centers in the NBA. They're gonna push him out the way. They're gonna muscle and tussle him. He got to be a 4. But like I said, the draft really is a guessing game, and you see what you get and hope for the best. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know we about to close out. Listen, man, I appreciate y'all, and I need y'all to tap in. I see y'all in the chat. I need y'all to bring that same energy next Saturday. Y'all competitive in the chat. I need y'all to bring that same level of being competitive next Saturday, July 1st, 1 p.m., Brooklyn Bridge Park, Pier 2. Be there, be like, we gonna be there, man. Trust me, man. We're gonna be there. I know I'm gonna be there for sure. Shout out to Barry and JJ and everybody that helped us put it together last year. We couldn't have done it without you. Shout out to Top Fan Ty West. He's a big part of the reason why this all started. Shout out to Bill A. Spliff and everybody that supported us. Even BJ, we go at it sometime, but shout out to him. He pulled up as well. Shout out to everybody that support. Even Marlon, I won't call him Mayhem because I don't think he a Mayhem. He's 6'5". I ain't never seen him at the park yet. I've been doing this for 2-3 years. He's been in his backyard. You know why he in his backyard? Because he don't want to go to the park. Because when they see him, nobody pick him. He gonna be like, oh, nah, him, but not him because he not him. So again, like I said, until I see Marlon actually playing basketball, spare yourself a talking to Big Fat Spicy about what you can and can't do from your backyard. Stop it. I'm out here playing real basketball, hooping with real New York hoopers, Jersey hoopers who really hoop where the crossovers was invented. Stop it. You
One,
ain't
that's
out
it.
here no more. You somewhere in a different time zone.
Yeah,
And
you
you want to
talking?
get these Knicks fans that's going to be at the game. What I'm going to do to them is going to be because of you. So again, tread lightly, Marlon. Don't put them in some shit you can't help them defend by next
Yo,
Saturday.
yo, Baller, you gonna help him? You gonna help him lose? That's what he's saying. You gonna help
Nah,
him
I
lose?
ain't losing.
Yeah, I
I'm winning
mean,
the basketball game for
yeah, no,
sure.
that's cap. That's a lot of
I'm
spicy
winning
talk
the
for.
basketball game for sure. Let's
That's a lot of
go. I'm telling
lot
you.
of spicy talk for a guy that you know who ain't gonna be there on the first. Yeah, I mean,
No, he the
because
one talking spicy. I'm telling him
yeah,
stop because yeah, he not going to be there next Saturday. So you're
listen,
not
man.
even going to be there to tussle with us. You know what I'm saying? You going to be there hyping it up, but you ain't got to play versus us. You 6'5" for what right now? I
Listen,
respect
yo,
it, but you when the last time you went to the park?
yeah, listen, man.
Exactly.
He sound like he got him perturbed. Facts, Fred. Sound like he got Big Fan
I
Threes
just don't
perturbed.
like fans
Got
that
under,
start stuff that
got
can't
a,
finish it.
got under the boy's skin. You feel me? But
He ain't
pause.
under my skin. I'm
Yeah,
always
but
on
nah, pull up,
the
man.
other side of the
Pull
pillow.
up, Nick fan, Net fans.
You don't respect a franchise with no NBA titles. You entitled before you was even born. Fraz Tass, they had championships. You a fan
Yeah,
after they already won championships. You ain't see them from the ground up win a championship. You sound entitled, and fans like that gonna get that work. Yeah, you pulling up next Saturday. You gonna get that work talking about you don't respect teams that ain't got no title. Where was you when they won the title? And your daddy ball sack. Pause. But where were you? Were you even born? Stop it! Why are you entitled for? Were you even alive? Exactly. I see my team going through not winning a championship. I'm still riding with them. You can't respect the team. There's 9 teams in the NBA that never won a championship. You ain't respect them. You ain't respect
nope.
Denver until the other day.
Yep.
Like, stop it. You gonna be there to back all of that chat. So we'll
So
see
look,
next Saturday.
listen,
But
man.
yeah, man, I
Who
digress,
who
man. I'll
who
get with y'all
who
later.
who cares if we didn't see it? We got YouTube to watch it. You feel me? I've
But he
watched
said
it.
he don't respect teams that ain't got a championship.
I agree. You feel me? Like when it comes to this,
You entitled.
when it comes to this this basketball stuff,
You entitled.
versus when you talking about versus each other, yeah, absolutely. I agree with you, Fraz. Yeah, what I mean, yeah. So you talk about entitled. You talk about you running a city that you didn't help build, 2 you never accomplished nothing in. You feel me? You talk about
We didn't
entitled.
help
That's
build what?
You didn't help build the city. You didn't help build the New York
The
basketball
Nets didn't
culture.
help build the
No,
city?
no, y'all didn't. You feel me? Well, the Knicks put in all the blood,
That's
pain,
bad.
sweat, and tears in the 90s. We were dominant. We was talking crazy. We was winning a lot of basketball games, multiple 50-win seasons. Yeah, I mean, and this is why New York Knicks fans are the best fans, because after having that kind of success and winning championship all those years ago, we're still here. We're still very passionate about the team, and the future is looking hella bright. You feel me? Hella bright. So
How bright? How bright?
how,
Hella bright. What's hella? Like hella like second round again? Hella? Like
no,
what hella?
hella means we're making moves. And we're progressing. You feel me? So that's something that the Nets
I'm
don't know
trying to
nothing
feel what
about.
you're saying.
That,
Like, so y'all
that
going past the second round next season, in your opinion?
I mean, I want to
That
wait to
would be
see.
progressive.
I want to see what the roster looks like, but I do believe that we'll go past the second round next year. But like I'm saying, progression. It went from when this new regime took over, us being a 17-win team when they first started taking over, to us making the playoffs their first season as the Knicks front office and coaching staff. We had a setback the year after, and then the very next year we go to the second round. That looks like progress in a 3-year span. That looks like a lot of progress. This is without trying to build a super team or none of that stuff. This is building it from smart free agent signings and draft picks, which the president of basketball operations said when he first got here. You feel me? So that's what our future is bright, because in 3-year span we went from being a 17-win team to a second round playoff team, doing it the right way. You feel me? The team is young. Got a lot of young talent still on the roster. Uh, we got favorable contracts as far as our star players go, and the future's looking bright because we have room and assets to continue to build the team. So that's why the future's bright. You feel me? So yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go to work.
All right, man.
Appreciate y'all pulling up. You know what I mean? Holla at y'all. See y'all at the park next Saturday. So the Who Run the City Live is gonna be us actually at the park playing basketball.
Facts.
So no sports debate, just straight up basketball.
Yeah, no, but listen, I want to work it out to where before, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it before next Saturday, have a recap to the basketball game, but at the least, we'll have a recap to the basketball game that next Saturday. But I'm definitely going to recap it before that. So shout out to y'all. And again, I can't get into it with you right now. He got to go to work. I'm about to try to go meet Mikal Bridges, Kev, at the meet and greet. So we can do this. We could do this later. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the Nets fans. We the best fans. Shout out to all the fans in the world. Shout out to the Knicks fans. Yada, 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 yada. Yeah, we going to see y'all. We finna whoop that ass next week. Let's get it.
All right, later.